means is most of. Okay? Not every believer, because I'm sure there would be one. There's always one that doesn't. Okay? But it says all the believers were together. What does that mean? It means they got together like this. They found times to be together. And it included everyone. It didn't where a certain person walked in and said, well, I'm so sorry, but you're not like us, so you need to go over here. See, there was only one church. There weren't all these branches of the tree like we have now. There was one church. All the believers were together. They got together. They wanted to be together. They couldn't wait to be together. You and I call this thing unity. Unity doesn't mean we agree. It means that when we disagree, we can still be nice about it. That's what it means. Unity doesn't mean we agree about everything. There's a silly ball game tonight. We can't even agree about that. But we still have unity, because we still have unity of mind and heart and purpose and vision of what we're trying to do. So all the believers were together. They had unity. It says they were generous. It says they sold what they owned, and they brought the money so that people could have what they needed. This is the thing I told you a few weeks ago. If I got 3 coats and you have none, I should give you a coat. If you have 3 dogs and I have none, I should have a dog. You should give up a dog. I don't want a dog. I have one. Don't need a dog. Don't think I did. But it said that they were generous people. You've met people in your life that are generous, and you've met people in your life that are stingy. Which one do you want to be? Don't answer. Because the other person might be sitting next to you that's the other one. We want to be generous, don't we? Don't we want to be generous to our kids and our neighbors and our friends? We want to be generous as a people. These people were generous. They gave it away. But where did they give it? Well, they gave it only in their family. No. They gave it only in the church. No. It says that they gave it to anyone who had need. Anyone. And the word that is used in the text is a Greek word which literally means anyone. Not one of us, but anyone. And this is why I told you a few weeks ago, if the church lived by this principle, we wouldn't need Social Security. We wouldn't need it. Because there would be so much resources being brought in by the people of God that we would have so much to be able to give away. Okay? This is it's a mental concept. And it's an understanding that we have a responsibility to take care not only of each other, but to take care of everyone that we can. Everybody that we can. They were invested in other people's lives. I worked in a church that had multiple staff. I think there were 13 pastors on staff at one time. There were people on that staff that didn't know my children's names. Were they invested in my life? No. Was I invested in theirs? Probably not. It's just a shame that I don't know the people who live next to me. I do not know the guy who lives next to me. I've never seen him. Well, I saw him one time. He was mowing his grass. That's the only time I've ever seen him. I don't even know his name. And we live in a culture where it's been boiled down to I just got to take care of me. But the Bible teaches us that we have a responsibility to our neighbors. Classic example. What one electric invention changed community forever? I'll give you a clue. It came out about 1960. Okay? This one invention. It's electric. You have one in your house, I'll guarantee you. Maybe more than one.
Air conditioning. Television.
It's not the television. The answer is air conditioning, and you cheated because I've told you the answer before. It's air conditioning. Because when I was a boy, in the evening to cool off, what did you have to do? Go outside. You had to sit on the patio. Or you had to go out in the backyard and drink your iced tea in your lawn chairs. Those ones that leave the marks on your leg. You know what I'm talking about. And everybody did that. And everybody had a backyard and you yelled across the fence to people. And you know, that kind of thing. And when air conditioning, you can look at it if you'd like. When air conditioning came along and people were able to stay in their house, all of that community activity came to, it diminished. It hasn't halted, but it just diminished. Why? Because I don't have to be out there and I don't have to deal with you. It's a shame we don't know our neighbors. And it's a shame they don't know us. I have to care about my neighbor. That person who works in the cubicle next to you, you have to care about them. It's not an option. I didn't say you have to like them. I didn't say you have to like them. I said you do have to love them and you have to care about them. That's our job. That is our job. They invested in their community. It doesn't say they invested in their church. It says they invested in the lives of the people of their community. That's how the early church was going to grow. People were naturally attracted to it. And it says they were amazed at their love one for the other. And so they continually found ways to invest in their community, just like you and I need to do. Because we can't abandon Orlando. We can't abandon East Orlando. We can't abandon Dean Road. Why? Because this is where God's planted us. This is our field. This is the place where we're supposed to work. But we can't just pull up and close. That's not an option. Because this is where we're supposed to work. Jesus at one point said that when the gospel is moving forward, he uses this phrase, the gates of hell will not prevail against it. If you have a gate at your house, what's it do? What's it for? Is it to keep you in? Or is it to keep people out? Which? It's to keep people out, right? So what Jesus is trying to say is, it's not the gates of hell that are going to come and bust up against us. The gates of hell are trying to keep you and me out. The gospel is strong enough to go through the gate. It doesn't matter. The gate, and let's be honest, I mean, Satan's got his little kingdom set up, and he doesn't want us in it, and he's got his little gate, but the gospel is stronger than the gate. The comment that's being made by Jesus is not bad about us to say, oh, well, you know, Satan's going to come and get... No. It's about Satan's got a plan. He's trying to guard his kingdom, but we have the authority, we have the power to be able to be stronger than that. How do you get a gate open? Lift the latch. Right? And some of us, we walk up to the gate and go, oh, that's a gate. That's it. That's it. The community right around here is hungry for what you've experienced here. They're hungry for community, and they're hungry for a place of worship and being fulfilled and a place of connectedness. That's what East Orlando's looking for. That's what people everywhere are looking for. Gates of hell will not prevail against us in the message. These people actually enjoy being together. Can you imagine? Church people that like each other. What a concept. They actually look forward to being together. And it's a sad story when churches can't get along. It's a sad story. And it's a sad story when church people can't get along. But I've been around this game 46 years. And some of the meanest people I've ever met are church people. And you know what? When you go and you hang out with people at work or wherever it is, what do you hear people? Hey, would you come to church? No, I'm not going back to church. My family got blasted. I got made fun of. I got divorced, and I got kicked out, and I got, exposed, and I got this, that, and the other thing. And church people are mean. They're always judging me and always criticizing me. And they're so right-wing, and they're so this, and they're so that. That's our reputation. But the early church, their reputation was that they loved each other. That's why it worked. That's healthy growth. Being a follower of Christ, being a part of Friends Community Church is not a set of guidelines and rules other than the Word of God. We don't tell you what to wear. We don't tell you what not to wear. Why? Because if you're following Jesus and you have a passion for becoming like Jesus, He'll guide your thoughts. This is not a club. It's not a club. And everybody's welcome here. I said everybody is welcome here. We got to find ways to get along. And that means later on tonight, I got to forgive all you Steeler fans. We live in a world that's full of haters. One of the first ones that I can remember that made a great living at it was a guy named Don Rickles. You remember Don? Oh, sorry, for you younger generation, that's Mr. Potato Head from Toy Story. All right? But Don Rickles would come on TV, and all he would do is make fun of people. One-liner after another. And he was hysterical. And then down the pike came the female Don Rickles. Joan Rivers. She did the same thing. When was the last time you turned on a television show, seriously, or a commercial that said, no, you're fine just the way you are. This is all great. You don't need anything else. No, just stay like you are. Never. It doesn't sell. But you want to be different. You want to be the most popular at school or at work. Be a nice person. Be someone who encourages people. Be someone who says nice things about people, because you will be the rarest of gems in that place. Because we live in a world that is full of haters. All they want to do is point out what we do wrong and how we fail again and again and again. The early church impacted their community. They changed the world.